I spent the 3 days in the wine country area. I wanted something outdoors but not too wild like a traditional camping. I stayed one night at AutoCamp Russian River. We spent the second night at Calistoga. We were looking for some wellness experiences like mud bath and hot spring, but we ended up doing something different. So this is probably the first Hyatt that I wouldn't recommend. 蟹係蟹籠啦，咁比我哋平時自己用嗰啲比較大好多，因為冚 They all walk up here to join our conversation.
And actually, this is what they're wanting.
It was our first time there, but there were so many good surprises at Petaluma on our third day. AutoCamp is now partnered with Hilton, so you can finally use your Hilton honor points and hotel status for some unique camping experiences. Our booking is on an Airstream suite. We have the unit that is right by the children's playground. You can also choose to do glamping in a tent. Let me show you the layout of the camper. The camper has a one bedroom with a double bed and a sofa bed. It has a very spacious bathroom with a shower. I made the mistake. I thought there would be a kitchenette, but they actually don't want you to cook inside the cabin. So there is a small fridge and a microwave you can use. I was able to make instant noodle late at night. They provide cast iron pans so you can barbecue outside on the grill. We brought our own steak and barbecue ribs. We marinated the night before, but if you don't want the hassle, there's a Safeway just 5 to 10 minutes away. So over the other side, there's a basketball court that we can use. I'm going to play volleyball with my daughter there. So there's a gate that is kind of hidden. When you come back, you're going to need the code to get in. So the front desk is going to have all the equipment you need. You can check out basketball, tennis racket, or pickleballs. So they do have water hookup, but just in case the water tank is not clean, I usually just bring my own water, like the gallon of water for 3. They do give you a kettle so you can make hot tea. I have my own too. This is just easier to carry, so it's only enough for 1 cup. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So the sofa can turn into a sofa bed, but I think it's good enough for me right now, so I just leave it like that. If you're coming for glamping, all the tents are grouped in the middle field. The kids can play on grass. They can easily hook up with other kids. Your pets are going to have some space. Overall, it is a very pleasant environment. At the central building, they have a bigger refrigerator for you to store your food. Regarding the warning of the raccoon, I thought they were joking about people may just take your food, but the manager told me the raccoon story was real. They actually have pictures of the raccoon family. They got Claritin, so I think that's important for a lot of people. The shared bathroom and shower is smaller than I expected, but it is clean and feel very modern. They even have towels if you forget to bring one. I am an early person. I was early enough to help setting up the breakfast bar. They do not have a full buffet, but they have some cereal, some milk. But at that hour, all I need is pretty much coffee and tea. The AutoCamp brand is kind of promoted as a wellness camp, so they do offer free yoga sessions in the morning. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, it's a nice space.
So in the morning, this is the place where we have the yoga sessions. This is fun. So there's a place you can access the river within like 10 to 15 minutes walk. The water looks pretty calm, but it may actually running fast underneath, so be extra careful. One thing I do complain about is their internet setup. Even I have connected to their Wi-Fi network, I had no signals at all. Oops. I evaluate a hotel by how much attention they give to small details, such as pet cares, facilities for mothers with young children, and accessibility for wheelchairs. I'm very impressed that they have children bikes for checkout. And most importantly, a safe boundary for kids to be on their own. We spent our second day at Calistoga. Calistoga is known for its wineries and hot spring resort. It is located north of Napa Valley. Old Faithful Geyser is one of the major attractions in Calistoga. A geyser is simply a hot spring that erupts in a predictable schedule. The receipt was our tickets. It was valid for 2 consecutive days. If you miss an eruption schedule, you can always go back to it as many times as you want. We missed the schedule at 3 o'clock, so we went to another attraction close by. Then we went back there at 5. We were feeding the goat, and then it eventually erupted around 5:20.
Would you like some information?
When a tree falls and decays, it usually breaks down completely over time. Even if we find pieces after millions of years, they don't tell us much about life back then. But petrified trees are different. These trees were quickly covered by volcanic ash, which trapped their history inside of millions of years. Over time, these would turn into stone, preserving the details that help geologists and scientists learn about the past. It was a short hike. I'll put that on the different videos if you're interested. This could be the first Hyatt that I don't recommend. I felt that the rooms have not been renovated and are quite outdated. The registration building, restaurants, and pool areas look very nice. But when I walked into the room, it felt like a real motel, not the retro theme they intended. The price wasn't cheap though. It was a weekend, but part of a long weekend. It cost about $440 per night, so it didn't feel like a good deal. I guess maybe half of the cost is just for the location, since it is in Napa Valley. It's extremely bad design, so when you try to get into the room, and you see the bed right away. So here, even for the placement of the furniture, they put the bed there to block the entrance. These are the tiles that you will find in a kitchen back in the 70s. This is not designed to be retro, this is old. And there are scratches all over the cabinets. The property itself is beautiful. I like the color they use. The room is the most important part of a hotel, but the experience just doesn't match. Turns out this is a very constructive management team. Instead of being defensive or putting out excuses, she openly shared the plan they have been working on upgrading the hotel. It's always been a Hyatt.
No,
Right?
no.
You have,
We
like,
just
it's
became
big.
managed by Hyatt, yes.
recently, right? Or no wonder. I see. I see.
So these are 2-bedroom villas. They're going to be opening up shortly, hopefully by June. And then our adult-only pool will be a cold plunge.
Okay.
We're just waiting for last permits, signatures, and that's about it. So hopefully these are all coming soon.
By the way, these are all mineral pools. They are all under different temperatures that fits both adults and kids. There was a little bit of disappointment, but overall we had a good time. There is only one entrance to the inner bay, so if you are kayaking or doing other water sports, the water will be as calm as a lake. We should come back here in the summer. The weather was perfect before we drove into the coastal area of Bodega Bay. We want to make a stop there for lunch and to check out the bay. We heard it is a perfect location for family kayaking. These are crab cages. They are sturdier and larger than the one we use because they are for commercial purposes. You put a piece of chicken inside it to attract the crabs. Once the crabs enter, they won't be able to get back out. Oh? Yeah. He said on day one. What's what you Usually sourdough is more dense or solid. This one is very soft. And I like to put a lot of butter on with a spoon. And this is my little tricks to melt the butter. This is still very hot. It has got a lot of fish and a thin crust on the fish and chips. So let's try the chowder. I'm very picky about my chowder bowl, so let's see what they have inside. So let's see if we can find any clams. When I taste chowder, I want to know if it is creamy. I don't like it too thick, and I also don't like it to be too salty. I think they have done it just right. I don't see many clam pieces here. Sorry, here they are. They're just being served on one side of the bowl. The clam meat is actually pretty big. It's almost half a spoonful. After checking in, we had a little time before dinner to explore the city. It was so peaceful and beautiful. Petaluma is another great place for family kayaking. To my daughter's surprise, we discovered a card shop with a huge collection of Pokemon cards. Some of them are already sold out in other places. We plan to check out late. We have few more places to stop by in the following day. The Cypress tree tunnel at Point Reyes National Seashore is a public place, but the main road is gated, so we have to park on the roadside and walk. There's no museum or attractions at the end. The stunning trees themselves are the highlights. We found it is actually more beautiful to take pictures facing the entrance. Tell me what you think. We wanted to visit the Point Reyes National Seashore to see the elephant seal. It took about an hour drive from Petaluma. But when we arrived, it was a little bit too early. It was about 8:30. The road wouldn't be open until 10. They all kind of came over to hear what we had to say. We took a short break in the car, had some breakfast at the local deli.
Our beach is partially open because the field is still here. So there's quite a few beyond the cones. You can't walk beyond those cones. And then we've got, keep your eye out because we've got a couple in the water, and if they come on the beach, you really need to stay about 2 car lengths away. Okay? All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Enjoy.
Marin French cheese. Dutch is always cheesy.
They have a very nice picnic garden here. We forgot to get some cracker or bread. Other than Calistoga and Petaluma, a stop at the Santa Rosa will also be very interesting. Please check out my other videos regarding attractions and hotel reviews in that area. Please also share with me what you like or dislike about this video. I hope you enjoyed the trip with us so far. See you next time.